Can you hear the game?
Yep, we're good.
Alright, cool. Let's rock and roll then.
Alrighty. Full screen this.
So, he said, it's a 53-49. Give me tips to improve mid-game to end-game section. But obviously, we're going to look at the whole thing, because I don't give a fuck.
Of course.
It's my video. We do what I say. And he says, because that section in my PB was nearly perfect to me, I want to improve that section rather than getting a good start and lose time later. That's fair enough. Also, it's New Game Plus on KYFC. We'll see about that, but it doesn't really matter. Also, volume warning on spilling the beans. Okay. So those are your like, that's your brief, so to speak.
Yeah. 43 entry, that was good. Marker.
I like the frame perfect stop sprinting, so he didn't sprint up the stairs.
Yeah.
Even though he was sprinting the whole time otherwise before that. Real shit. Huge.
Gaming, dude.
Little jump at the end, just to make sure that Tommy dies as slowly as possible.
Yeah.
I like that.
Nice.
Just delay the death by a couple of frames.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Do you actually continue?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, immediately switching to best of average segments. I like that. I like that. Nice. I'm impressed. At like a 54 level, as someone continuing this.
Yeah.
It's such an easy reset point, but I respect it.
True.
Ah,
okay.
Okay.
Holy shit. Who is this man?
I respect this.
Damn.
This is a PP.
I guess you just said fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. I do know, it's completely fair. I've always imagined like getting a locked ambulance and then getting a cop car on the way and then man-duping it with the cop car.
Yeah.
Like, just for the ultimate swag shit. Alright. Stereotypical. Tell me. What is wrong with this segment here?
It's pretty fucking wide turn there. You want to stay on the sidewalk at all times.
Yeah. So
right there.
Yeah, so like something I was talking about in Pine's video a lot, to those of you who are listening who watched it, drive in a straight line. There's a reason people call this game Hold W the video game. That's how you win. Like there's no point to come out so wide if you're just gonna pull back on and go here anyway. Like just oops. I don't know what key that is. One of my keys accidentally resets the video. I don't know which one that is in VLC, but yeah. I need to stop fat fingering. Like you'd think my space bar would be big enough on my keyboard, but apparently not. My big sausage fingers just can't help.
Yeah.
Fucking pressing whatever it is. But yeah, so every time that you end up like going left just to pull right again immediately, that is you lose 1 point on the scorecard.
Interesting. You run behind the bike. Is that faster?
It's just to make sure that Mercedes gets on. Yeah. Like the other way you can do it is to, like when you pull in, you turn right a little bit. So then, like as you get on, you drive towards her and then pick her up. Yeah. There's like a number of ways of doing it. I imagine they're all about the same. You know. That was overall solid.
Yeah, that was fine. Oh god.
Oh god, indeed.
I would have looked left immediately or behind, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
Just to despawn traffic.
Especially at like when you pull up into this section here. If you don't look behind straight away and you get a spawn, then it's always gonna mess you up. Like the same applies to the people at the bus stop that can stand there because they're actually waiting for the bus, and then also the cars that pull up on the junction. like everything can mess you up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the police car is quite unfortunate because police cars, you know, and despawning them is a ball ache. But yeah, it is preventable. Yeah, this is otherwise good. Like looking back forward just as you get to the intersection, so then cars spawn afterwards and not before.
Yeah.
Nice, that's some speed there.
Not going for the Uzi. Okay, man. Okay.
Uzi is actual try-hard shit. It's like, oh, well, technically, if you get a cop car in the one spawn that you need it, it's faster. Oh dear.
This way.
Oh, a big group of Haitians just chilling.
Yeah, it should be fine.
One thing you gotta realize about this town, you gotta pack some heat. A local gun
Nothing
shop
back
is a
here.
couple of blocks away.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't like the look of this. Yeah, you want to be as linear as possible here. Taking the most shortest routes, going over the grass.
Yeah.
Would have been the best.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. It's like every single time that you are, it's especially prominent on a bike, but more so on, more so on a bike, but it still applies in a car, is every time that you are pressing A and D, you are not accelerating as much as you could be if you're just holding W. So like for this drive, when it curls around to the left here, you just want to like hold the angle and just go right across the grass, as stereotypical said. Like if you're turning right and then turning left, you're losing speed.
Local gun shop is a couple of blocks away.
And especially when you're driving, like looking backwards, this is fine because it's like consistent and there's no traffic, but you're having to constantly adjust because you can't see where you're going.
Yeah.
So all the little A and D inputs, they slow you down. So yeah, just be careful with that. Like, this is on a timer anyway, so it's not a big deal, but there's no reason to be slower on a timer, because then you'll just have to reset more if you don't make it, you know? Like, you may as well make it as consistent as possible for yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, 102 entry is basically unlosable.
I'm gonna go see what I can dig up. I'll be watching you.
That's free.
Nice.
I can understand getting disoriented there when Lance hits you in the cutscene.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck am I?
Should have tried to slam into like a lamppost or something to take damage. Oh,
he's
Molotov.
doing
I
that.
sleep. I sleep. Never mind then.
Do you know why this is a really dumb idea, doing this?
I think the phone call thing can happen. The game can crash or some shit.
Yeah.
Or
So
not. Yeah, that's one.
it saves no time, because obviously like glitching cars early isn't faster, it's just safer. But it's also not safer, because if you have a phone in your hand and you play replays, yeah, there is a chance that you get like the unknown weapon or the palm tree of Doom and shit like that. So yes,
Also,
people
late
always
entry.
argue, oh, it's like 6 minutes in, whatever, if you reset. But why reset when you can not reset? You know?
Yeah.
Giorgio sends his regards.
You say late entry on this?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
pretty late.
Fucking
About
hell.
3.
Left me in
Yeah.
charge.
Surprised that worked.
Yeah, that was. I'm very surprised that worked as well. It's always, if you're gonna do 3 seconds, it's always better to be on the transition from 4 to 3 rather than 3 to 2.
Florida
Yeah,
moron.
you were about as close to failing as you could possibly be there, so be very careful.
Giorgio sends his regards. Remember, guilty is a dirty word.
So 2 glitch cars so far. I like to
Pretty good, actually.
keep mental note, because then I see so many people who have like 5 glitched cars before say yes there, and then they're still looking for traffic later on.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking hell, man, just play the game. It's not a competition. So the same applies here for like the micro adjustments. Like it started off well, and then you see like left, right, right. And you got to be very careful. Like you just need to commit to the angles. Otherwise, the same thing. You just slow down a lot. Like it's one thing if you get traffic, that's completely fine. But yeah, otherwise, gotta be careful. Stereotypical. What is wrong with this?
What is wrong? Everything's fine, I think. No?
Incorrect. So
Incorrect.
you
Okay.
only do the 2 extra shots if you have the bike next to you, because the bike blows up and instantly kills you before Tommy falls over, and that's why you failed the mission. If you don't have the bike with you, there's no need to do the extra shots for safety. You can shoot the barrel the next frame that you blow up the van, and because Tommy falls over and then dies, you'll pass the mission anyway, like before you would fail it.
I actually always wondered about that because I saw some people killing themselves immediately.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Is if you take enough damage to where you don't need to have the bike with you, then there's no need to do the extra shots. You can just death warp immediately. Again, you know,
Immediate phone calls.
herder, you're waiting on the phone call anyway, but still, there's no reason to, you know, no reason to do it.
I know.
More inputs and it's not faster. Big push.
Okay? Good day, senor.
No longer a big push. Big exit.
Yeah, that was nice. Switch weapons as well.
Yeah, so the same thing there. You just go really wide on your turns. Just like slow down a little more and take. If you look up like the concept of racing lines, they apply in this game just as much as any other when it comes to driving.
Yep.
Where you like you pull out on the straights wide and then pull in early. That's a pretty unfortunate bail.
Yeah.
Not really a lot you could do there. Like if you did that 10 times, you'd likely only bail once. Classic angry fucking driver. Right in the middle of the road.
I think if you're gonna despawn traffic here on this drive, you should just hold look left the whole way. Just learn the inputs and muscle memorize the turns you have to take.
Yeah.
Because I think fucking around with the camera spawns more traffic and just holding it through.
Yeah, so it depends. Like, there is merit to actually spawning traffic in certain places. Like, as I said, if you spawn traffic after the intersections, then it means that because you're already turning, like say on that corner there before the Malibu, you've already turned, so then you can see the traffic that you need to dodge, and then you won't have any spawns afterwards that can mess you up. Because, like, the game has already spawned in so many cars.
Yeah.
So there is merit to doing it sometimes, but yeah, like generally speaking, no cars is better than some cars in certain places. That was really safe though.
Yeah.
Gotta have some confidence in yourself when you're a 53 player.
True.
Yeah, I mean, you're minus 43 seconds, lad. Must be a huge run.
We didn't pull back there. You should pull back to negate that bump.
Yeah, if you lean back as you hit like every curb, you got a much lower chance of just getting launched in a random direction.
Yeah, I can also spin you. Like 180, you can fall off the bike. It's
Yeah.
never good.
Shoot these!
Oof.
Oh boy.
Did the hard
Yeah, keep
part, but
holding
then didn't hold
W.
W.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The lineup for that is the trickiest part, but then just forgetting to hold W is like a really simple thing. But otherwise, that was really good. Yeah. You should drill this hospital exit, because like,
I agree.
You're taking that like someone going for their first sub 1. You're really slow. Like, obviously, yeah, it is kind of lethal if you fall off, but I mean, practice makes perfect.
Hogging all the action, I see.
A bit off on the angle there.
Yeah.
You always want to make sure that you line up like that, to either side rather than hitting like the intersection. This is questionable. No. So for this, like the easiest way to deal with this, it was awkward because of the garage exit to begin with, but you want to drop down so you land like right here rather than dropping off to a side and then coming back. Obviously, Captain Hindsight would say that you wouldn't have had to deal with the cop if you'd have done this. And then you can line the bike up here, like right next to the wall. And then as you're getting on the bike, like you press F and then make the replay during the animation, so you lose like no frames on this segment. Like stuff like this, where it seems like it's basically impossible to lose time because you're just making replays. There is like, you know, a theoretical perfect way to do it, and any deviation from that will lose you time. And it adds up over the course of a run.
Ay. Seeing the road.
Yeah.
They should have got through between the
Cut the
lamppost
corners.
and the wall. Yep. Free time save.
Blah blah blah. No sprint jumping. Good.
I actually sprint jumped there.
Really? Why?
Yeah, but I tap. I don't know. I know it doesn't matter, but I've gotten used to it.
It's more so like if you do it too much, then you run out of stamina when you try and sprint back. And you get like the weird awkward running animation, and then, you know, you're not in time for the spawns, and it's just ass to deal with. Yeah, that's the classic part of the van where you can shoot right fucking through it.
Yeah. Tech 9 gang, I see.
Yeah. Only took 17 bullets to kill him.
Take heads, and it's all down to you. What is your name? Tommy. I see you soon.
Oh, what is going on here?
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no. My
What's
man
your
is
reference
lost.
for this?
To get on the bike?
Yep.
I don't think I even know the dialogue. Can you play that for me?
It says, I live, dickheads, and it's all down to you. What is your name? I don't
think
need
I'm
to play it,
Tom.
you see. I'm an epic gamer.
I don't.
You see. I know all the dialogue of this game. I'll tell you mine.
But the thing is that I hold shift, I sprint,
Okay.
so it might be different.
So I'll tell you my reference. What it is you press F3 to gain control, and then you hold S and D until Diaz says, and it's all down to you. And when he says you press F and you get on the bike.
It's all down to you. What is your
That is my
name?
reference.
Tommy. I see you soon, amigo.
Obviously, without inputs, it's like impossible to tell if this was like just
Yeah.
a one-off thing or if you constantly fuck this up. But there's a reference that you can use in case this is an actual problem for you.
Nice. I don't think he held S in space to slow down.
I think it was just S. You can tell because you like get a weird angle.
Yeah.
So a quick thing to note: as soon as you go through, you can hear it in the video, but like a banshee or something spawned, or like an infernus right behind you. When you clip through like this, because like the camera manipulation, a car will almost always spawn at the intersection here, and it's not moving. You can just turn around and glitch it like instantly and not lose any time because the car isn't moving. It's a lot easier than glitching moving cars on this road. Yeah, that was too early anyway, but yeah.
Well, you not come see me. I need a guy like you. All I have now is dickheads. Dickheads everywhere, yo.
So you had enough time to chainsaw off the door. I assume you didn't do it because you didn't think you had enough time, maybe because you were dicking around with the glitching car, but you did.
He didn't do this. Yeah, you should try chainsawing the door off here.
Yeah.
It's not too hard, pretty easy.
Yeah, so
Save
you
time
can do it at the start of supply and demand as well, but essentially, like, if you don't chainsaw off the door on the cutscene for whatever, on the phone call, you can drop off the same as you do in Mall Shootout, drop and then hold W and chainsaw off the door, and then get in at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's two different ways of doing it. You should do at least one of them. Classic fucking chase drive where there's just like 17 vans on every intersection.
Exactly.
Dumbest drive in this game by far. Oof.
I mean, he had like 3 cars glitched, so it shouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah.
Both spawned, so I don't know why.
Yeah. I have a theory. It's unproven, but I developed it during Hundo, where like in certain areas, if you glitch cars in specific zones and then you go into others, like the fact that you have glitched traffic means less, if that makes sense. So like sometimes I've had it in Hundo where I'll glitch cars like at the start of the game, like doing the M4 rampage, you know, that you do like before Treacherous Swine. And then I'll be across the map, and in some places I'll have no traffic, and in some places I will have, like I have no glitched cars whatsoever. It makes no sense. You can also glitch cars on this drive if they're going uphill or if they're stuck at the intersections. It happens pretty often. Again, like glitching vehicles that are going uphill or not moving is way easier and you don't lose any time. There's also, you know, merit to looking at Iguana strat that he does on the chase where you kill the driver and drive the other way, but it's barely faster. If you're confident with this, then you don't need to switch. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, again, a lot of micro adjusting for no reason. Had a straight road.
Just not a lot of confidence, it seems like. Just trying to overcorrect for like the perfect angle when you already have one. It's called 0 degrees. He does it with the helicopter as well. Look at the back of it.
Yeah.
The way it's facing. Like constant Q&E inputs for no reason. Like here you're way too far left because you've dicked around too much. Oof, fuck me.
Jesus. Fucking tank.
Yeah. So the lineup was fine, but you need to be really careful with just like holding S and slamming the helicopter down like that. Like you do a lot of damage to the helicopter, and later on, if you get all the way to Copland with a heli that's on low health as a result of doing all this shit, and you get blown up, it's your own fault. Like, cause yeah,
Does it actually
slamming down
damage it?
like
Well, I
that.
know like that.
Yeah, if you smash it down, yeah,
One of them myself.
yeah.
What are you doing? So tell me, what are you doing?
I'm looking for the money, Sonny. Don't worry.
I am worrying, Tommy. That's my style because I didn't have this problem.
If you, it's not like, you know, doing a jump with a car and landing on the wheels. It's the equivalent of like slamming the body into the building.
Do us both.
If you slam it that hard.
I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Fuck you, helicopter. I was tabbed out. Was that clean? Let me see.
Yeah, have a look.
Stereotypical,
guess
what is wrong with this?
Well, first of all, the orders of which people you kill first is wrong, but I guess the first thing that kind of messed you up was you didn't kill the first event instantly, so you didn't have time to kill the others.
So the
You look
most
back.
important thing is like, in order to stop Lance swaying back and forth and losing time here, is killing these guys. And as you build up and you get to like this point where Lance is, you know, as far right as he can be, and these guys pop into view, you need to kill them, because otherwise, if you kill these guys, then these guys go out of your view, and you have to wait for Lance to like double back again, and it's just slow. So yeah, you want to kill like the Bobcat guys and then immediately kill the guys on the basketball court.
Okay, you're on your own from here. Good luck, brother.
Not looking at the mansion.
Our survey says wrong. Yes. When you when you grab the briefcase here, you should immediately start looking south, because that's where you'll be facing when you gain control, or when you lose control is where you'll be facing when you gain control. So it saves you spinning around here. Okay.
Huh?
You see that?
No. What happened? Okay. I
What?
guess he tabbed out probably.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Nice, clean.
Oh God.
My lord.
Jesus. The radio change of panic.
Yeah.
So for this route, the same thing applies. Like, there's no need to take this so wide. I mean, maybe it's just because you lost control. But I mean, this is also like the problem with looking back like this. Like, you have so many glitch cars now. There's no need to look backwards, and it like you just weren't prepared for the bounce, and then you just lost control as a result. Like, just drive forward normally. If a car somehow spawns, which it likely won't, then you can just dodge it. But yeah, like, it's better than spinning out of control like this. And then you want to take the grass route as well, like through the trees, and just drive straight to the docks. Because again, if you're on this side of the road, then you've got to go right and then pull left again. Yeah. And as you can see, like, even when you're looking forward, there's no cars, so you don't need to look back here. But, so, moral of the story: hold W, and you'll start winning more.
Yep.
Oof.
Ooh.
I would just fucking... Jesus. That is some damage.
Damn.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate tire pop.
You should take the closest staircase to you. Faster.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're going west, obviously take the west one. If you're going east, take the east. Save you crossing back over the map.
Tommy, it's me, Colonel Cortez. Look, senor, I believe you are a man who can get things done. So please help me. You can find me at the boat, huh?
I'm pretty sure if you like get to this point where like the phone call's about to end just as you get to the marker, I don't think playing 3 close replays is worth it. I think maybe 1 you might still save a bit of time, but like doing this, I don't think is any faster.
Maybe. Didn't lose too much time because you had quite the short replay.
Yeah. Run across. Cut the corners. Run this way. No need to run all the way around. Might make this lineup a bit easier, but you can do both. Also, yeah, fuck this strat. Legit the dumbest strat in this game.
When is using my setup for this?
What is your setup for
Have you
this?
seen it?
No.
You just run in normally and play 2 close replays.
So you
There's a
don't jump
delay
into the marker.
between, yeah. So you don't get the glitch.
Whoa, what the fuck? Did you forget what you were doing at this minute? Yeah. Like I was already raising an eyebrow at the like going so far east anyway, but that is some angle. Cut through here, straight line to the section.
Yeah. I guess he wasn't expecting to PB, so he just fucked around.
Just starts reversing the whole way or some shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, there must be some pretty hefty late game golds if like best possible time is a 54:11 right now, and you end up with a 53:48. Oh, real shit. Alright, this is AFK and win.
Good shooting, my friend. You're a real, proper grade A lunatic. Well, thank you. See you around, Tommy. Okay, Mr. Lance Vance Dance.
You gonna hit it? Oh no, you didn't hit it. Good shit.
It's extremely common. It's in that
Yeah.
one.
Very big hitbox for that. Would
Yeah.
enough.
So when you're doing landings like this, if you want to avoid like sliding, as you're about to hit the ground, you can hold S and E, and then it'll spin you around like so you're facing the other way without like sliding off like you're on ice like this. It's a bit easier to control. You can do the same for shakedown as well,
Yeah.
so you don't have to like either slam the heli down or slide on the grass and all that kind of shit.
What's he gonna do here? Oh, she's gonna go over. Yeah, the route was pretty.
Yeah.
Not quite right.
It's not faster. So you want to line up with, when you're going here, you want to be much further left. You want to go in between the gap of the trees here on the way to Cherry Poppers, like this way. Like, again, there's no point in going all the way to the right if you're just going to pull left again. There's no need. Yeah, you want to cut through this. Here. because otherwise you end up with this really awkward route like this. Replays are good though. Pretty fast. And also, you don't need this much height. There's no need to gain so much height if you're just gonna land again in 2 seconds anyway. Like, you should be going under this sign on your left. Like, you should never be going above this. And I'm very surprised you didn't hit it. And you should be about level with these trees as you go through. Like, there's no need to gain all this height and then come back down again. You're just wasting more time. But the actual movement itself was decent.
What's up with the gunner? Don't know, sir. Defensive position. Stop it.
Security protocol. Echo trigger. Vehicle self-destruct initiated.
Oh boy.
I love it. Bit of trivia here for you, stereotypical. Do you know what like the lady on the tank radio says to you if you let the timer run all the way out and you let the tank explode?
No, actually I don't know.
She says, "Prepare to die, communist scum," and then you blow
Oh,
up
God.
inside the tank. It's very epic.
Yo, Tommy, it's Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to hear from you, Lance. Come on, man. Be cool, be cool.
I'm in the middle of something. What do you want?
All right, 17 glitch cars now. Can we make it 18?
They're still spawning though.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's because they're glitched in
Yeah,
another area.
it might
Like,
be.
I swear
Might
to
be,
God.
yeah.
Like, if you're at Ocean View, where all the taxis are glitched from the start of the game, I guarantee you would not get any spawns. But on this island, you will. Like, I swear. But there's no way to prove it. Look at, like, there's another one.
Yeah, another.
Yeah.
car.
Like, there's no way for me to prove it, but I swear to God, that's how it works. To say, like, in Hundo, I get spawns all the fucking time on different zones to where I've glitched my cars. There's a good correction for the landing. He's gonna land really far away, but as I remember Auntie telling me when I was learning this game, the Malibu doesn't bite. You don't need to park miles away.
Yeah.
So that was a good recovery. Jesus. The sound of metal clattering concrete.
Slamming.
Yeah.
Come on then, tough guy. There goes my careful planning blown to shit. Thanks to you.
I think at this level, you can, when you're going for 53s and, you know, lower, I think you can easily excuse not killing these guys and just sprinting through and chainsawing this final dude. Like, it's not that risky. You are much more likely to succeed than you are to fail, and it's a free, like, 5-10 seconds.
Also should have done a 180 turn at the end before triggering the Lance cutscene.
Yeah.
Should have faced other way.
Yeah, it's the same as Phnom Penh.
Penh.
Yeah. Your direction is saved when you lose control. Also, be very careful with spamming the camera here, because it makes Lance teleport, and he can get teleported like in the dumpster pile, or whatever this shit is. Whatever this horrific looking texture is. And he can fall out of bounds and stuff like that. Like, spamming the camera to make Lance teleport, when he's already that close to you, it doesn't make him run faster or get closer. It just adds the chance of him teleporting away. So yeah, be very careful with what you're spamming there. I was waiting to have to like move back into the marker a third time.
Yeah.
The adjustment of shame. I don't know why you selected the M60 there. Maybe it's just so you can like instantly glitch the call in a second.
I guess.
Maybe just fat fingered, who knows? What is wrong with this parking?
So, yeah, you can park much closer to the staircase if you go between those two trees right there.
Yeah.
Just I guess in front of the furnace.
Yeah,
A little bit,
it's
to the right to it.
it's difficult to like map exactly where is safe and what isn't. But
Yeah.
like the two things that I like to remind people is like there is a despawn radius in front of the mansion. It's like in front of the stairs, and there's also one where the stinger spawns, which is like here. So anywhere on this little section, like in front of the Infernus, you can park. And the most important thing about this is that the closer you are to the mansion, you'll save a lot of time on shakedown as like a result, because otherwise you'll have to run all the way out from the mansion stairs back to your helicopter, and it's slow as fuck.
Yeah.
So this is like an awkward landing, and it's also going to be slower on shakedown, and you'll see that as a result. Like, I forget, maybe you can tell me, Stereotypical, what like a good mall entry is. I think it's like 415 or some shit for shakedown. But with parking like this, you'll be lucky to get like a 410 or a 409 or something.
Yeah.
Maybe those numbers are slightly off, but you get the idea.
I think my landing is like 417 or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's not the best actually as well.
I remember this used to be like the metric of, you know, how much you fucked up the parking on Rub Out, basically, is the mall entry time. But yeah, I don't remember what it is anymore. We'll see.
Big time save here.
Yeah. There you go. Big 10-second gold. Yeah, so you see here, like, you spend an extra 2 seconds also running to your heli when it could have been right outside.
I've seen a lot of people take this wide flight to the mall, like around the trees.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's good or not.
I think it's
Maybe.
just playing safer so you don't collide into
Yeah.
anything. Because admittedly, this route, like while being the fastest, like going over the trees is, it is awkward. Like you can bounce off quite a few different things. Oof, dear me.
Again.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, 410 entry, as I said.
Yeah.
Like you can save 4 seconds plus there with good parking and a more direct route. This is an awkward angle for the last, yeah.
And blocking the window with the tree.
Yeah. That's just a mechanical error. I do that shit all the time. Stand in the wrong place. You should also look into crouch cancelling. I don't know if you did it a bit, but then not in other places. No, you didn't. But basically, instead of like trying to sprint away once you're done shooting your bullets here, and Tommy like has to put down the gun and then start running, you can double tap C or whatever your crouch button is to like crouch and uncrouch, and you skip that animation. The time adds up if you do it for every single thing on this mission.
Oh no.
That throw looked okay to me. Maybe it was
Yeah,
just stood
it
on a
looked
slightly
fine.
different position, yeah. I want to watch that back actually just to see.
You might have been a little bit too close to the planter box, I think.
Yeah.
At least I'm not that close to it, like
Yeah.
literally next to it.
Yeah, I think it was a very close miss. I don't think it was a, you know, an awful throw or anything.
I run this
Very
town
minor
now.
mistake.
Me.
We've got him surrounded.
Rest was good.
I guess another thing could be to try not to predict when the windows will break,
Yeah.
and switching to the other ones.
Yeah.
That's actually a bad habit of mine recently.
I've done that before as well, where it's like, you know, it has to be broken now, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've put 16 bullets into this fucking thing. Yeah. You need to remember that on average it takes about 5. So you can't, like, do a drive-by and just expect to nail them all.
Yeah.
So, you know. Yeah. Gotta make sure you put in at least a good couple, you know, hold the trigger there for a second or so, and then flick once you broke it instead of trying to, yeah, swing and hit them all at once. Because it never works out. Bit awkward, but
Yeah, went actually quite fast there. Should have slowed down.
yeah. You always
Way
want to
too
make
far.
sure, like, he did hit the brakes, but you want to make sure that you do kill a lot of your speed before the jumps, because otherwise you'll just end up launching into the police station. Yeah, that route there that you just took is the one that you want to take on Back Alley Brawl. It's the same thing. Oh, did you see that? I'm not sure if you even noticed it. Check the weapon he has.
Oh, the M4. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do in those sections to make sure that you trigger them like frame perfectly is you switch to the M4 and then right click so Tommy immediately stops moving. You can do it at the end of Copland as well to like trigger the marker instantly. That's
Very good optimization.
5-head play. That's how you know you've been watching EBen Evaluates if you pull that shit out. You've been doing your homework. Get out of the car, man.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Pine about this as well. Like, this, wherever you land here, doesn't have to be perfect. Like, it really doesn't matter. Especially if you're doing the M60. You can park anywhere here and the car will despawn. Like, you don't need to pick a place and, you know, make sure you're close enough or anything like that. You can park it against a wall. You can park it in the compound if you want to. It doesn't matter. That's one hell of a throw as well, Jesus.
What a nade, yeah.
And so with this, it's the exact same thing, where wherever you're looking, when you lose control, is wherever you're looking when you're going to gain control. So looking here, the guys aren't going to be here when you gain control. It makes more sense to aim like this way, towards them, so you can pre-fire them and get as many bullets in as possible before they start driving away from you. Because like now you're going to have to flick left to try and make up for the fact that you're not looking at them.
Yeah, right next to the lamppost is
Yeah.
pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so there is merit to like let them drive into your bullets, you know, just pre-fire the same spot and let them drive into it, but as you can see, it's slow and it doesn't really work. It's much easier to just go for them before they go for you. Good caution there.
Yeah.
That curb is a death trap.
Curb is deadly.
Bring you up, give you some advice.
Hey, Avery, what's eating you?
There's a lot of opportunity in this town if you own the right real estate. You catch my drift?
I reckon so.
All I
A
say
walking
is keep
replay
your
for the
eyes
save
open,
marker,
and
okay.
you might find the perfect business
Huge.
opportunity. I'll catch you later.
Later, Avery. Okay, Lance, let's get the cops' attention. Now that got them really irritated.
That is very safe, but I respect it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Playing replays as well to make sure that the spike strips don't come out. Yeah. This is about as safe as you can play it. I would say a little too cautious, but I mean, if you want to lose a couple of frames to make sure that you never get shafted, I think that's fine.
Taking it pretty slow, yeah.
Yeah, very safe drive. But again, like, you can argue, you know, if you're on pace, what's a couple of seconds, right?
I guess.
You have the potential to save 30 later on.
Tie him up and gag him. Ooh, fits perfect. Bit tight around the crotch, though. Oh, yeah, yeah, mine too, mine too.
Cutting corners again.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
I think you might have forgotten about that police blockade there.
Yeah.
I've done that
happens.
before, yeah. What is the problem with this?
There was a problem?
Yeah.
I don't think there was.
Do you...
I guess you just could have floored it while shooting.
No. So,
No?
the big issue here is if you park the bike like this, you'll see in a second, it will get launched because of the explosion, and it will block the door outside of the mall. And if it blocks... Yeah, this explosion almost always knocks it towards the door. And if it does, then Lance can get stuck on it, and he can't get out of the mall. Obviously, you can, because you can just jump over it, but he can't.
Yeah, true.
So it's a very minor thing that can possibly kill your run. There's no reason to do it. Park
I've
to the
never
left.
thought about that.
Park to the left, or park inside, so it, you know, if it does move, it gets hit by the wall. But yeah, you'll see.
Timers are set.
Goodbye, you see, and it gets launched towards the door. Like, you're lucky here that it didn't fly that far, but it can go all the way through.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, yeah, gotta be very careful, because you're playing with fire there. And you're very high up here, I guess, just to avoid the trees. But again, the same principle applies. And like, look at the angle here. Like, I get it might be a safety thing, but you're gonna lose like 5 seconds per flight.
Yeah.
If you keep doing this. Like, I could understand if it was like an intermediate or a beginner player doing it, but at a 53
By
level,
the way, am I dropping frames because
you
I
need to
stopped
just,
the recording when I got the ambulance at the start?
I'm also gonna preemptively turn it down because of the volume warning on spilling the beans that I was told
boy.
about. Yeah, just in case we get some rage compilation shit. But yeah, so at this level, you should really just face your fears and just learn how to navigate through the trees. It's not that hard.
-11. Good shit.
Yeah. Best possible time, 53:59. Pause, champ.
Ooh. Oh,
Jesus.
no. Oh, no.
So,
Yeah, you lost a lot of time in there.
yeah. So this is all on a cycle, assuming that you do everything correctly. So you want to land like around here. Obviously, if you bonk, you can, it's a decent recovery. But as soon as you get out, even if the heli's on fire, it doesn't matter. Like, you have 5 seconds before it blows up. You want to glitch the call as soon as possible, because the sooner you glitch the call, the sooner it ends later, and the sooner you can continue. So you get out. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Gone. Just like that.
Yeah. It's one of the longest calls in the game, so.
Yeah.
I've been busy trying to sort things out. You didn't give me a lot of support down here, Sonny.
Oh, my fault, is it? Well, I've heard you've been busy, all right. Busy killing
So you'll be sat here for a second.
Don't forget about us, Tommy.
You can see. So you gotta wait. This is all the time that you're losing. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes,
You
yes,
got
yes.
it.
The mashing of the keys. Yes, yes, yeah. Big gang war. Have you ever lost a run because the taxi gets set on fire due to a gang war there?
I can't recall, but I think
You haven't
some of them
lived.
have blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them have blocked the door. I
Yeah.
had to kill them, I believe, or something like that.
What is this camera spamming? Relax. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
No.
Yeah, I actually, when we did a no SSU tournament in 2018 or early 2019, I actually had that where they blew up my taxi in a tournament race.
Wow.
That is
That
some
is gig unlucky.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in my final group match, I got a star for killing the last guys on CTC, and then a cop spawned and busted me as I got on the bike.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
gonna win, and I ended up losing because of it. Yeah, that was some real bullshit. I haven't recovered. It gives me nightmares every night. That's good.
What are you? Whoa, alright, no deface, no deface. Oh, I talk.
At what health would you grab armor here?
Probably like 80 or something.
80? Alright,
Yeah.
I respect that. I am a firm believer. Not a lot of people agree with me. It's a hot take.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer that if you were gonna die on 100, you would also die on 200. Like, I would only take armor if I had like 80, 70, something like that. Like, if I'm 100 plus, I'm never taking armor, because
Yeah.
if you're gonna get slaughtered, you're gonna get slaughtered anyway. Alright, let's see this. Okay. You would have made that, you were just a bit slow on the jump as you came back. Oof, dearie me. This is
Yeah.
some speed, yeah. Let's slow down a bit on that corner.
Yeah, this is where the lean back function comes in clutch.
Yeah. Jumping in the middle of the marker. Oof, that was close.
Ooh, and
Yeah, you want to be very careful. If you jump too far right, the middle is pretty much as far as you can go. If you jump any further here, the call will get blocked due to the buy icon that you totally can see. It's definitely there. The game promises. But yeah, if you're in that zone, then the call gets blocked, and you'll kill your run doing that. So you want to make sure that you jump in the left side of the marker to be safe. That's a lot better. That was smart.
didn't hold it for that one.
I
would've-
I think it's a good idea because the bike's position was super weird. When it's like half
I guess
upright
so,
like that, I wouldn't
barely
go
at
for
an
it either.
angle, yeah.
Yeah. Because if that goes wrong, you teleport without the bike, and then it's just fucked.
True.
Is this 5? I assume. I never count, but I have a feeling that like one day I'm not gonna like count, and then someone's gonna do 6, and I'm not gonna notice by accident. You know, like something that's really easy, and I'm. On my last recording of EBen Evaluates doing this mission, I had to record a live demonstration because of the amount of times that I've seen people who just don't do this mission correctly. It's
Really?
insane. Yeah, so... Like, I've seen a lot of people, like, extend dialogue by, you know, playing the private business line at the end of certain lines and stuff like that. A bunch of weird shit, so...
Yeah, that's very minor. Not a lot of people think about that.
Yeah, hopefully Lachkar can prove me right. The sniper rifle is a good start.
Yep.
Good. That's what we like to see. So many runners that I see, they just panic, you know? And they just constantly like flick the mouse back and forth, trying to do it as quickly as possible. Then they do it too early, or they get stuck behind the fence, and just a bunch of dumb shit.
One too much.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter though.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
No, I'm not gonna go for this snipe.
No snipe.
Because my hands are sweaty.
I can respect that, but only
so.
if you know the quickest backup. If
We'll
if
see.
you drive by them at Cherry Poppers, that is the slap on the bum, naughty boy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's miles ahead here. Okay. Alright, so
Interesting.
yeah. So when this strat was first found, it was you would deliberately get a wanted level so you didn't get the call to come in. But it was later found that if you're doing it as quickly as Lachkar is here, you don't need to get a wanted level because the call doesn't come in fast enough anyway. So like this isn't any slower, but there's no reason to kill those ladies there anymore. This is a redundant strat. But yeah, it used to be done to block the Mr. Black call in the cutscene, but it won't come in anyway. Because you're stood next to this. So the call doesn't come in until you pass the mission anyway. Alright, let's see how he deals with CTC then. This is what is going to separate the A- from the B+.
I think it's gonna rain because, yeah, ambulance, locked ambulance.
Ay ay ay.
B+. B+. Alright. So stereotypical, run me through. If you're not going to do the CTC snipe, what do you do instead?
You stop right after you get on the main road, I guess, and
Yeah.
then snipe them from there.
Yep, you can stand pretty much like anywhere on this far end, so you have a good angle, and then you can just the collectors don't spawn in, but the bike does. You can see the bike, and you just snipe it the same way you would do it through the wall. There is no need to drive all the way south just to come all the way north again, because it fucks up the pattern here as well. You have to wait for them forever.
Yeah.
Because you kill them so late. Like you'll see, you'll be sat here all day.
It's actually raining.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought 53 paces don't usually rain here, so I was wrong.
I think right at the end, maybe because a lot of replay spam and whatnot, you know, it kind of messes with the time cycle.
Yes, yeah.
I haven't kept an eye on it too much. Oh my god!
You shot the tires up, yeah.
The mixture of rain as well, them taking that wide corner,
Yeah.
it was like alloy wheels of steel. They just fucked the corner really hard. Madness. Yeah, this is the route you're going to be taking. This is what we've been talking about the whole time.
Cars are still spawning. What is this, dude?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Insane.
That was clean.
Tommy, it's Lance. We got big problems. Come down here right away.
Yeah, and there's the new game plus,
Yeah.
the cheat menu from practice. So yeah, always remember, kids, restart your game if you've used cheats.
No,
I think
Papega.
this will be rejected on speedrun.com because the cheat that popped up. GG's.
GG's.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Was it?
You think so?
Yep.
I'm just gonna wait like this. Please, please.
You took 15 years from me,
Come on,
Sonny.
Sonny.
And
Now I'm gonna make you pay.
don't get it, do you?
I get that reference.
Tommy, those 15 years were mine to spend. Get him, boys. He never understood a thing.
Shooting at the legs. Nice.
Also,
Yes.
stepping back there instead of just shooting him
Yeah.
like as soon as possible is a bit questionable, but yeah. Aside from that, a pretty solid run. But you degraded from the A- to the B+.
Yeah, with that CTC.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall it's pretty good. Just a lot of unnecessary shit like micro adjusting and stuff like that.
Yep. And just having some more confidence, like the hospital exits,
Yeah.
the flights, like taking the routes above the trees, and yeah, stuff like that. You'll burn a lot of time. I think they call it bleeding. I think is more accurate term, where like you slowly
Yeah.
lose time on every single split, rather than like any big mistakes. But yeah, I quickly want to see what was the Copland finish. What was the time there? 41:28, 53:48. So yeah, your end game is pretty solid. Obviously your fade skips and whatnot didn't go great, but like a 12:20 end game is fine. Anything under 12 minutes and you're looking towards like, you know, as optimal as you can get. As for mid game, I go from Sir Yes Sir finish, so give me a sec. $28.14. Yeah, I mean that's a really solid mid game. Like the mid and late game are pretty good. It's very minor stuff. You're looking at maybe 20 seconds worth of time losses from the poor routes on Shakedown and Copland. Aside from that, pretty much all of your time save is going to be early, because you know, as you can see by the splits. So yeah, not too much.
Some of the more risky strats in your DT range.
Yeah, like Death Row and what was the other one that I mentioned? I can't remember.
Well, CTC obviously, but
CDC, yeah. And just some other stuff like Barb Roll, like the M60, you can look at the double nade or even the single nade, like parking the car wherever you want, doesn't really matter, stuff like that. But yeah, overall a pretty solid run. Mid and late game is as good as you're gonna get for a 53 at this point. You just need to work on early stuff, really.
yeah,
Well, thank you, Stereotypical, for joining me on this journey.
no problem. I had fun. Good stuff.
That's all that matters, right? You know, gotta have fun somewhere speedrunning, because actually playing the game is miserable. But
Laughing at someone doing stupid shit.
hey, no, you are a teacher. You have got to
That's right,
teach me.
yeah.
You cannot laugh at students. That is very rude. I would never do such a thing.
I
Shame
very
on
much
you.
apologize.
Yeah.
Not sure you're good.